Goal setting, a skill that is necessary to reach success, is pointless unless you use the proper strategies to help keep yourself on track. Have you ever made a New Year's resolution where it starts out good and then it continues on for a few weeks, a few months, and the progress continues to fade until you completely forgot about it? Hi, my name is Koposko, and I'm here to talk to you about some effective goal setting techniques to help keep you on track and reach your goals. These will include how to plan your goal, planning for obstacles, as well as a few models used that can help keep you on track. So how was your last New Year's resolution? Whenever you're planning a goal, the first step is we want to remind ourselves why the goal is important to us. Just keeping the goal meaningful to you already is putting it in more of a perspective, reminding yourself why you want it, thus increasing your chances for success. According to Susan Wilson and Michael Dobson's ebook, Goal Setting, How to Create an Action Plan and Achieve Your Goals, people who write down their goals and develop plans to reach them are far more successful than people who do not. They further explain to us that goals, or as they refer to them as dreams, become concrete once you write them down on paper. Lastly, they tell us that effective goals are specific and measurable terms. So for example, if somebody says, I want to lose weight, it doesn't really specify anything except what the goal is. So whenever you are making these goals, one model suggested is to use the SMART goal model. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic or relevant, or time-based, according to the article 5 Steps to Setting Smart Business Goals by Daryl Zahorsky. So in the above example, a better addition would be, I want to lose 2 pounds a week for the next 10 weeks by increasing exercise 3 times a week and keeping a log of my diet and exercises performed in a journal. So some of you might be saying, been there, done that, now what? A lot of people, when planning their goals, don't plan for the obstacles ahead of time. So when an obstacle arises, they freak out and then they drop their goal. So while you're planning your goal, plan for the obstacles that could potentially happen before you even start pursuing this goal. For example, if you want to run outside, one of the biggest obstacles is going to be the weather. So whenever you plan ahead, you can identify those obstacles and then a way to go around them, such as instead of running outside that day, you'll run on a day you normally would rest, or you're going to run inside on the treadmill instead. So it's important to be flexible these days with all the family obligations or an unexpected financial chunk you're going to have to give somewhere if your goal is financial. So just remember, you probably will get distracted for a few days, maybe more for your goal, but just remain flexible and remind yourself why you want it and continue to pursue it. So let's talk more about setbacks. In the setback model, slip, lapse, relapse, and collapse, it identifies the stages of setbacks. Unfortunately, setbacks are more times than not going to happen. So whenever a slip happens, it's relatively minor. Maybe you get knocked off your goal for a week or two. So if it's financial, maybe you bought a video game that was the money should have gone in savings, and the next day you buy some outfits. But you assure yourself that this third week, you're going to put the money you should have from the past 2 weeks and catch up with yourself. Whenever you fall into the relapse, and collapse stage, that's when you continue this pattern for the next several weeks. So whenever a relapse or collapse happens, it's important to just reconstruct your goal, acknowledge that it happened, and learn from it and focus on the positives, according to the article 3 Quick Tips for Dealing with Setbacks by FitWatch Incorporated. So now that we discussed some of the techniques, let's conclude. We talked about some effective techniques such as why you want it, planning for setbacks and obstacles, and identifying the level of your setbacks so you're able to bounce back. Goal setting. A skill necessary to reach success is pointless unless you use the proper techniques to keep yourself on track. I encourage you all to look up more goal setting techniques and wish you the best of luck on your future goal planning. Thanks.